Hello and welcome to the Pre-AP Chemistry First Day packet. This applies to whether you get it today, the first day of school, or if you get it months into school. And of course, if you get it late, this date won't have so much meaning, but for those of us starting the first day of school, the 16th, we would like you to turn in your safety agreement and your preview course agreement you'll see on subsequent pages by Friday the 18th. This page is just outlining what's inside this packet. First, we'll see the course guidelines and expectations and the course agreement. Then we'll see the OTHS sign-up information. Once you get the information about which course you're signing up for, from your teacher, write that here. An example would be a number and then a letter. But each teacher is going to make their own course number, and you will enroll in that course once you've signed up. Then we'll have our safety rules and your safety agreement. And once you get the packet, make sure you put your name on it. This is something you'll refer to potentially for at least the first few weeks, if not all year long. And then your teacher's name here, subject to change if your section changes. This is course guidelines and expectations. It's pretty much consistent with everything KDISD has to offer. These are our instructors, their phone numbers, and their email addresses. We work from Canvas. We also have a website on Weebly called falconchem.weebly.com, and the only significant difference is that the Weebly site is laid out like a website, and we do post day-to-day practice keys on the Weebly. It's a ever-changing website where Canvas is station-to-station modules of progress. However, you should monitor Canvas daily. Canvas is the way we transmit information, we set due dates, and we set up quizzes and test dates. That information is there from the beginning of a unit. So please make sure you refer to Canvas daily for information about assessments and day-to-day work. The course format is, this is a true flipped classroom. Flipped because we need more time working with you as a student rather than lecturing at you for the duration of a class period. The part that the ownership you have to take of that is you're going to be assigned to watch video lectures at home or anywhere that's convenient for you, in which you can watch a video, take some meaningful notes, and then come to class to help affirm, work with, answer questions regarding those notes. So view the notes video watching as an introduction to whatever that topic may be, or maybe an affirmation of something we introduced in class, and then we will support in the days that follow. So that first the first exposure to something new happens in that some kind of interesting topic, sometimes in class, sometimes it happens in the video, but that next day in class is where we then nurture and support that new learning. And we do it through working with you directly, facilitating you as you practice through class, working aggressively through warm-ups where we can explicitly answer any questions that may have come up in any sort of mathematical operation or process. And then most importantly, we earn a lot of time where we can do labs and hand-on activities where you can put the chemistry and the science in your hands rather than just simply doing homework at home. There will be very little work as far as like practice work done at home where you don't have the luxury of a teacher who can answer your questions. In this course, if you're on track with us, day-to-day in class, you're going to get your questions answered and you're going to go home pretty easy-minded, okay? We have a strong track record of success in district level assessments, but also in students who move into AP chemistry. Supplies you need to bring for the class. You need a binder with dividers. We do have organizational expectations. You need to have notebook paper, pencils and pens, and a scientific calculator. In class, we have the TI Inspire CX calculators. If your math course has asked that you buy one, you can certainly use it in class, but we will provide the TI Inspire CXs of our own during any assessment. We would love it if you would donate to the classroom hand sanitizer or spray 409 or wipes, anything along those lines for help keeping our rooms clean, rolls of paper towels or tissues. There's no expectation. It's an offering that we need these things from you if you can please bring them in. Grades and scoring, this is consistent with pre-AP courses. Everything is per the grading handbook. And this is also per the grading handbook here. This is for students. We want you to place your expectations where they should be based on your level of effort, based on your expectations as a student. But KDISD defines success as a C. That means you have completed a course in such a manner to be considered successful. If you fall below a 75 in a grading period, we're going to scrutinize how we've taught you and the things we can do to help you succeed in the course. And if we have consistent scores below 75, we will be discussing with you and with your family members about whether or not you need to stay in the pre-AP course, which we would prefer, or if you would be better suited for an academic level chemistry course. But that's a topic for a case-by-case basis. The goal in our course is to keep everybody in. We want you to give the effort and follow through and succeed in our course. That's the most important thing to us. Retests, as with KDISD policy, if a student scores less than a 70 on a unit test, you'll be given an opportunity to retest. Your teachers will discuss the specific format of our retest policy in class. But it is a very forgiving policy, one in which you are able to earn back points you may have lost by showing mastery on our retest. Our unit retests are cumulative at the end of a grading period and cover 2 to 3 units, and often can be quite challenging because of that breadth of information. So for that reason, if you can show mastery there over what you did on a regular unit test, we actually do offer some points back. So that your classroom teacher can clarify the meaning of all that. Labs, you aren't allowed to You aren't allowed to work in labs until you've completed a lab safety assessment and scored successfully on it. And you aren't allowed until you have completed your lab safety agreement, which is encased in this document. Your instructor will tell you which personal protective equipment you should wear for any lab. Any student who neglects to adhere to safety guidelines may lose up to 20 points of a lab score for failure to follow state-mandated science safety standards. These are state of Texas safety standard TEKS, and we can take points if a student struggles with maintaining the lab expectations for safety. On a different side of that, if a student is purposefully behaving unsafe in the lab, then that student will be removed from the lab and referred for discipline. Another piece of the course is UT Quest. We no longer score UT Quest as part of our curriculum. However, we do offer it for extra practice and bonus practice for students who are looking for more to learn from the course. It's your responsibility as a student to know your login information and to maintain it. We'll discuss that later. Absences, late work, and makeup work are consistent with KDISD policy. If you have any questions about that, please consult your teacher. Our classroom policies are: do the work you're assigned, treat your peers in the room with respect, kindness, and care, be mindful of safety rules, please do not bring food or drinks into the lab, and any other campus rules are going to be upheld in the classroom. Electronic devices are going to be scrutinized on a teacher-by-teacher basis, so just follow your teacher's lead as far as when you may keep electronic devices out. Behavior are consistent with OTHS student behavior expectations. UT Quest sign-up policies are these next few pages. You'll go to this URL, quest.cns.utexas.edu, or you can scan this QR code with a device and then follow these login instructions. If you already have a UTE ID from another course, it will work here. Just make sure that you've got your EID and your password. If you for some reason lost it, you can retrieve your password if you have an email address attached to it. These instructions will explicitly tell you what to do for each of these sections. Make sure that you give your first name and a last name. I don't need a middle initial. And then most importantly, that you give a meaningful email address that you can retrieve information for logins with. So these 3 questions are just going to be prompted for you to choose so you can reset a password. Then you need, once you've done all that, an EID and a password, you'll create your UTE ID. This is what you'll write on the subsequent page 9 in just a moment. Once you're logged in, you will then enroll in a course. This is a prompt you'll see on that page after you've logged in to Quest. Okay, so once you've got your username and password, you'll go to this URL and you'll log into Quest. Accept the terms of agreement, then click Enroll in a Course. That number on the cover of this document that your teacher gave you for the course you're going to enroll in is the number you're going to type in for when you enroll in the course. Once you've done that, you'll be eligible to complete online homework once it's available. That effort is rather self-explanatory, but these tips on this part of the page here should answer most of your questions. If anything seems odd or strange, please let us know so we can help you. Occasionally we do see errors with UT Quest. It doesn't mean that we're trying to distract or bother you. It just means that sometimes those questions are built and there's little errors and inconsistencies. So just let us know so we can help fix those things. This is where you put your UTID and password. It's up to you if you want to write it down. Just keep it secure so nobody else has it. And finally, the science safety rules. These rules are the basis for the safety quiz you'll be taking at a predetermined date during class to confirm you understand the expectations for safety in KDISD. And so it's in your best interest to have a good understanding of these rules, and your instructor will go through them in depth with you also. Now, following that, you see a nice little chemistry of sunscreen GIF or graphic from our friends at compoundchemistry.org. If you're curious about what makes sunscreen do what it does. And then we have your science safety agreement that you're going to hand into your teacher. Please make sure that you write your teacher's name or names if there's more than one science teacher. And then you fill this out with your parents, making sure that you answer all the questions about glasses and contacts. Sign and date, and then your parents sign and date, hand into your teacher by Friday the 18th. And then the last signature page is the pre-AP course commitment. And this is probably the most important page. You guys, many of you have come from pre-AP courses already or advanced or honors courses. The expectations here are that you are recognizing the benefits of participating in the course. You're going to stay for a semester unless we see an issue that keeps you from being able to be successful. We need you to have strong organizational skills and study skills, or a willingness to learn those things. To have interest in the course is important. You need to have time sufficient to be successful, and then appropriately handle the rigors of a demanding academic workload. Most importantly, though, is to hold realistic expectations for how you do in the course. These are the things we think all the students should be aware of before they set in the course. Our administration gives their guidelines for commitment in the course. Then read through the student commitment. See if those things make sense to you as a learner. And then parents, please make sure you read the parent commitment for how you can commit to helping your child be successful in the course. And then here is where we come in. We're going to teach the course following the curriculum developed by KDISD. Many of us participate in the development of the course, and so we're very familiar with the things that students need to learn for chemistry. We're going to prepare you for the next level of academic course, be that physics, be that AP chemistry, be that forensics, anatomy. You're going to be ready for the next level. We're going to provide quality instruction and give ample opportunities for you to be successful here. We're going to assign work that's meaningful and relevant. There will be no piles of homework. There's not going to be anything designed to be an obstacle. It's all meant for you to learn. And finally, we're going to provide tutorial opportunities for students who have difficulty with course content, or even if you just want to come by and say hi because you have a simple question. The bottom line is we're here for you to help you learn and help you grow to be a successful science student. And we look forward to seeing you in class this year. Please keep in mind those due dates for the forms here, Friday, August 18th. And if you're coming in late and watching this video as a new student later in the year, just ask your teacher when they would like these forms handed in so they can make sure they get filed appropriately. We look forward to seeing you in the course. Have a great day.